Good morning, Mr. Franklin's class of Room 12 Monarchs. I almost said rainbows, but that was last year, right? That would be silly. Anyways, today we're going to read a book called The Dreidel That Wouldn't Spin. I think you'll like it. I liked it. Here we go. They know what a dreidel is, right? You guys know what a dreidel is? All right. If you want to grab a dreidel and show them, you can do that.
I think they know.
The dreidel that wouldn't spin. This beautiful city. Okay. It was the most beautiful dreidel. Wait, just skip. Okay, never mind. Okay, here we go. Here's the shopkeeper, here's the peddler, and he's showing him this beautiful dreidel. It was the most beautiful dreidel the shopkeeper had ever seen. The Hebrew letters Nun, Gimel, Hey, and Shin glistened against the brightly printed colors on its foreside. Nes Gadol Haya Sham. A great miracle happened there, said the shopkeeper to himself. The peddler held it up. Notice how it is hand-painted on the finest wood. This is one of a kind. I'll take it, the shopkeeper said. Hanukkah begins in 2 days, and I have already sold all my dreidels. This one should fetch a handsome price. Perhaps, said the peddler, but the miracle of Hanukkah cannot be bought. The miracle of Hanukkah cannot be bought. I wonder what that means. Perhaps, said the peddler. That may be, said the shopkeeper, but right now I am more concerned with turning a profit than I am in miracles. He placed the dreidel in the display window. That afternoon, a man and his daughter strolled into the shop. They carried packages from the most expensive stores in town. The shopkeeper admired their finely tailored garments. Choose anything you want, the man said. The girl raced through the shop, piling up toys on the counter. The shopkeeper rubbed his hands in anticipation as he mentally added up the sale. When the girl finished, her father paid for the items and started for the door. Here's your pile of stuff. Here's the girl, here's the shopkeeper. Wait, shouted the girl. I need a dreidel. The man surveyed the store. There are none here. We will look elsewhere. Excuse me, sir, the shopkeeper said. This should please your daughter. He carefully lifted the dreidel out of the window and placed it on the counter. The father read the price on the tag. So expensive. The girl stamped her foot. But I want it. The man shrugged. He paid the shopkeeper and left with his daughter. The next morning, they came back, and they were upset. Thief, cried the man. This dreidel doesn't work. What do you mean, the shopkeeper asked. How can a dreidel not work? Look, the girl demanded. She stood the dreidel on the counter and gave it a twist, but instead of spinning, it just fell over. You see, she said. The shopkeeper sighed. Well then, what would you like in exchange? Scoundrel, the man hissed. I spent a tidy sum here yesterday. I demand my money back, or you will face the consequences. The shopkeeper turned pale. Such an important man could ruin his business. Of course, sir, I don't wish to argue. The man took the money and stormed out of the door with his daughter. Here's the shopkeeper. He's going to try out the dreidel. How can a dreidel not work? The shopkeeper wondered. He stood up and gave it a twist. The dreidel spun and spun and spun smoothly for a minute, then slowed down and came to a stop. There's nothing wrong with it, mumbled the shopkeeper. Even so, he was shaken enough to reduce the price before replacing it in the window. Soon afterward, a woman and her son arrived. They dumped their bulky packages onto the floor. The shopkeeper observed how well fed they looked. They have enough to eat. We want to see that dreidel in the window, the woman demanded. Certainly, the shopkeeper said. He gingerly, very gently, picked it up. The boy grabbed it from his hands. This is much bigger than my other dreidels. Buy it for me, mother. The shopkeeper forced a smile as the boy repeatedly tossed the dreidel into the air. He's not being very gentle with it, is he? Toss, toss, toss. Surely you wouldn't deny your son a new dreidel for Hanukkah? He asked the woman, keeping a watchful eye on his merchandise. The mother pulled out her purse. Children today, they want everything. The shopkeeper gave a quiet sigh after they left. The next morning, the couple burst through, and they were mad. Cheat, they said. You gave us a dreidel that doesn't work. The shopkeeper watched as the boy tried to spin it, but it just fell over, not wishing a repeat of the previous day's outburst. Thank you. He quickly refunded the money. After they left, the dreidel spun and spun again without trouble for him. This is the shopkeeper. This is the dreidel. I'll show you the little letters, okay? This one, if I can tell.
Shin.
That's a shin.
Nun.
That's a nun.
Gimel.
That's the gimel.
And hay.
And hey. So the words are Nes, Gadol, Haya, Sham, which means a great miracle happened there. And they're talking about the temple in Jerusalem. All right. Let's see if we can spin it. If it'll be in the camera. It's spinning.